Was I wrong for being vulgar when telling my nephew he cannot have my toys? I, a 53-year-old man, collect a lot of toys. Mostly Lego these days, but I have Kenner action figures and steel Tonka trucks. My basement is filled with my collection. I have a bunch of my old toys from when I was a kid that I rescued from my parents as well. My kids and I have a spreadsheet that we use to keep track of what belongs to whom. When they get houses or apartments big enough, a good quarter of my collection will disappear. All three of them are adults, but only the youngest is still at home. My sister waited until she was 42 to have her first and only child, and he is a brat. She gives him anything he wants. Our parents also spoil him because he is 8, and I guess they like young grandchildren better than grown ones. It is the Canada Day weekend and my sister is visiting with her husband and brat. My parents live in a small apartment and I have a guest room, so I'm stuck hosting because they think a hotel is a waste. My son refuses to relinquish his little apartment above our garage, so I am stuck with them in my house. Every time they visit, my nephew insists on seeing my toys. I keep a few small Lego sets around to placate him. He is actually a really loving kid and I love him. He is just spoiled. So I usually let him look around and then give him a set that we can build together over a couple of days while they visit. This time was different. He was looking in my display case and saw one of my minifigs that he wanted. It is worth about $2,000, so obviously I said no. I have a set I can give him that has the new version of that figure, so I figured it wouldn't be a big deal. Nope, he lost his mind. He had to have the one in my display case. I ushered everyone back upstairs and locked my basement. The kid would not shut up about my toy. My sister started getting upset that I was not sharing my toys with her precious baby. I told her I would sell it to her and she agreed to buy it. Then I told her how much it cost. She said I was lying, so I showed her online. She said I tricked her into thinking she could give her son something he wanted. I said it wasn't a trick and I would sell it to her, but then I would have to replace it. Everyone calmed down until our parents came over and my nephew went to them to say I wasn't sharing. They said to just give it to him. I offered to let them buy it, but they already knew the cost. I tried tricking the kid by putting the new one where the old one was and letting him have it. He knew it wasn't the one he saw. Back upstairs and back to a tantrum. My kids were never like this, so I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I was sick of the whole ordeal by then. Kid came over sobbing and saying how he wished I loved him enough to give him that toy. I had had enough, so I told him to wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one filled up first. The kid was shocked and finally understood I wasn't giving in. My parents and sister think I was gross to be so vulgar with a child. My brother-in-law laughed. Was I wrong for taking a stand?